Welcome.
Thank you, Marcus.
It's not the first time you're here, but
Definitely not.
Today it's the Ding Dong DJ studio apartment where
Yes.
we bring in the best of what Copenhagen has to offer from DJs of all kinds. And today we have you, Be For Me, but also known like 20 other names. No,
A couple other
yeah, you have a couple of
monikers.
different alias.
Yes.
Would you maybe like to introduce yourself and tell us more about who you are when you're here, Be For Me, and what other projects you've got going right now?
Sure. So my name is Frey Levin, and I'm from Copenhagen, and I'm 33 years old now, and I produce and I DJ, and I use my voice for some music too, and I just been releasing a couple of EPs and maybe an album on the name Be For Me.
Yeah.
And also some faster stuff under the alias of Mr. Free.
Sure.
And also some hip hop stuff, Natcat, and
Yeah,
that's
you're
some of it.
everywhere. I feel like you're my favorite in most genres.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
But you are one of them. I feel like whenever your tracks are played in the club, everybody's like, "Yep, it's Frey."
Wow,
It's like
I need to be in the club when that happens.
Yeah. But you are the house goat of Denmark, and today we
Wow.
have the honor of listening to your set, and you have brought not only friends but family.
Yes, only family. Actually.
Only family.
Yes.
Who had we who was in the studio today?
So I have two of my younger brothers, and I have brought my brother's wife and my own wife.
Yeah.
So it's all family.
Okay, and are they always with you when you go playing in clubs and when you go to different countries as you do and stuff?
I really try to bring them. I would love to
Yeah.
have them by my side when I do all of these kind of things.
It's so important to have family.
Yeah, I mean, I like bringing friends, but my family are really my friends.
Okay.
So my best friends. So I just like to hang out with
That's
them.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And they like what you do.
I hope so. Mostly my wife. I hope she loves it.
But today you played some beautiful house music.
I tried.
Yeah, but you did.
I
And
think it was
what was
beautiful.
your inspiration going into this set? Like, how did you gather the music, and was there some kind of thought?
So I guess the thought was just not to play too hard,
Yeah.
because I was like encouraged not to play hard.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, then I'm gonna play some soft stuff,
Mm-hmm.
some groovy, real deep music, and I just really enjoy soulful house music, like real deep stuff from the 90s, but also from like beginning of 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
before the tents started. They just, some of those tracks just has a different kind of mix that you don't
Sure.
hear that much anymore, and I really enjoy that, and just can't really help playing a lot of house music with vocals.
Oh,
I just love
it's
it.
the best.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
But you can hear that the things that you choose to play is also similar to the vibe that you produce yourself, and like I feel like it's almost such a hard thing to do, to produce in that way, to make that sound. I feel like a lot of people are trying, but do you have a different process than maybe most new house DJs? I feel like you're maybe do it with a lot of gear and like
I don't think the gear actually makes that much of a difference, because I am known for using a lot of hardware, but I actually don't really care much about what I
Okay.
use. If I really do use a lot of software too, so I just, maybe if there is a difference
Mhm.
between how I create my songs and other like newer producers, maybe it's just the approach. I do come from music. Like before I started making house music, I was just writing music and playing music,
yeah.
and I just do play and create and write a lot of different music when I
Mhm.
compose. So I guess my approach to making house music is not making electronic music.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
making music, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, music is like soul, jazz, funk, disco, punk too. Yeah, I love everything metal. So I just really love melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Whether I'm doing very fast hard acid trance or I'm doing soft soulful house, I just really need
some melody,
good chords and good melodies, and nice vibes.
That's wonderful, man. And you once told me you had this fascination with the Venga Boys.
Yes, I'm very fascinated with Venga Boys.
But you told me that you somehow try to figure out how they make all their sounds, and try to recreate them.
Yes,
it's like that whole process of being fascinated by a sound and then like create it from the bottom and up. I listen to your music and I can really recognize the work that's been put into it.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I think a lot of people have now confessed that they also
like
really adore the Venga Boys.
Of course.
And at the same time, a lot of people have stepped forward and told the world that they hate them. So I think we're just at the same place as when they came out the first time.
Sure.
But to me, the party album with Venga Boys is just the best sounding house trance record of all time.
Yeah.
It's like sonically it sounds so fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it sounds so good, and it's really, really groovy. Whether you like the style or not, it just really sounds good,
and it's fun,
and it's very fun.
Yeah.
And and nostalgic too. And for me, it's just all happy days when I listen to the Venga Boys. But I guess I used to study the Venga Boys mixes a lot to try to like kind of take the Venga Boys production education.
Sure.
But I think I actually have finished it now, because I think I have found pretty much all of their sounds and recreated basically all the tracks on the album. So now it's just like I did that, and I can just bring knowledge I learned from it into my own stuff, and I don't really think about the Venga Boys record that much anymore.
No, because you did your homework, and now it's just
it's just like being having that record as a mentor.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that it's that album, but it's just so good.
It is really good, and it's funny how it's such like today and what's been played right now. It's more fun, and it's more like the style of Venga Boys actually.
Yes.
Mixed with a lot of other different stuff, but the nostalgia and the not pop shaming, and
there's a lot of lollipop techno coming back.
Exactly.
But I think like maybe I used to think that the old school sound, like every old school sounding dance track, was better than the stuff you hear now. But I do agree that it's very nice that new tracks have a better sound and sounds better at the club.
Sure.
But still, I think there is sometimes a preference to choose like kick drums that just sounds, in my head, they do sound lusher and bigger, but they sound shitty. Yeah. I don't like the waveforms. I mean, I just don't like the sound of the kicks they choose nowadays. Many producers, and what is like preferred. And when you listen to the Venga Boys, the party album, the kicks are very lush, very big too, and really fat, so they can actually compete with the new stuff.
Sure.
And I guess if you made a like completely new mastering to it, also it would be like outstanding. But it doesn't need it actually.
No.
So what I'm trying to do is like mixing what I know of the best from the 90s, and just trying to combine it with all the knowledge I'm learning right now about the new sound of dance music, that I pretty much think I'm beginning to gain enough knowledge of to.
I feel like you've done that for quite a while now, and just having so many different references. Not only if you want to be a DJ and you want to go out playing clubs, having the knowledge of, as you say, both hip hop and jazz and soul and funk and disco, and like it makes you understand the sonics way more.
And I think you should just also appreciate like both things, because I do know DJs who tend to not play certain tracks out in clubs because they say no, it's too old and it was made on such shitty gear that it won't sound good in the club, so I never play that track. And I've never thought like that.
No.
I always just played it.
Yeah.
And it may be harder to mix with, but I mean it's just part of being good DJ, I guess.
Yeah, having fun with it.
I mean, why wouldn't you play that beautiful song?
If you
just
like
because it has a different sound, and you have to tweak some knobs. And if not, sometimes I also just remaster the tracks myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do your homework again. Well, going from one of your favorite albums, when you play out now, what is the most played track on your USB or the record you always bring in your record bag? Is there... It doesn't have to be one, it could be a couple.
Fuck.
But is there something you always have, like...
Yeah, so... I guess I'm very bad at not playing some smoking beats out when I'm when I'm playing out. Yeah, it's always part of my routine. In some, I mean, I really have a hard time not playing smoking beats. I just really love smoking beats. I do think they're kind of like my favorite house act of all time.
Okay,
it's like this UK duo from like the very early 90s.
Yeah,
and they did actually like real garage house.
Nice.
Like just before it became garage house, you know?
Sure.
It's like the Paradise Garage house music when it started becoming skippy, you know?
Sure.
And but these guys aren't from New York. They're from
the UK.
From the UK, and they just really master it, and it sounds so good. And they use all the good gear. They use the Ensoniq. I think it's the EPS1. And I just had to get that because I wanted.
That's why you got it.
Yeah, I needed that because it's like it's not a 12-bit sampler; it's a 13-bit sampler. It just sounds so gritty, and they use it for everything they do, and they have fucking wonderful grooves and chords always. So yeah, that's a tip.
That's a tip.
Yeah, smoking beats.
And what if it had to be one of your...
Now I don't have smoking beats for myself. But you gotta share good music.
Yeah, you gotta share.
You gotta share good
I feel
music.
like that's
the purpose.
Yeah, and it's when you've been DJing for quite a while, and it's only like in the last couple of years that there's been people are sharing more knowledge, and sharing techniques and sharing music. And when I started, it wasn't like that.
It used
like
to be a lot of mystery, and people were afraid that they would lose something themselves if they shared, whatever. Yeah,
but do you like that new the new way of...
It's like an accessibility, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, as we just said, the most important thing is to, encourage people and make people happy. That's the,
that's cool.
That's the essence of playing music, is, like, to make people happy. So why would you keep it from them? And that's why I also don't really care if I, release records on vinyl or digital. Actually, I'm very, very concerned that my music has to be accessible to everyone.
Okay.
I don't need it to be for just some people or for the fast one who got the money to buy the vinyl. I don't care. I really like having a vinyl.
I like having your vinyls,
and I do release vinyls.
Yeah.
But I tend to release a lot of music just also digitally without thinking about having a vinyl release, because I just really want people to be able to get the music if it can make them happy.
Yeah, and you can get it out faster. So
faster and I mean environmentally it's better too.
True.
So
true, but the records I have of yours I'm gonna cherish, and they're gonna be left for my children.
Yes.
And, so they will never end up in a landfill. But is there any of your tracks that is still your favorites? It could be old tracks, but what are the tracks of your own that you always play because the audience want it and because you want to play it?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. It's hard to choose from your babies,
it's very hard to choose. And as a producer, you always want to play your new songs that you haven't even released yet, because it's new and fresh to you. And sometimes I don't even really feel like that my tracks fits very well in the sets I want to
Okay.
play. But I guess they do. But maybe I just have a problem fitting them in because it's my own tracks.
Yeah, you have a different
Um,
mindset.
Yeah,
about
I
'em.
guess. Yeah, I always end up choosing some other tracks, but I have to I feel like I have to play my own stuff sometimes, like especially when I go to like Paris or Lyon or like Manchester, places where people might have bought tickets to come and see me.
Mhm.
And I have like experienced that people get quite sad if they don't hear like one or two tunes of my own, because they'll be like,
of course.
I came to hear you and you played like only music I don't know.
Yeah, you need to represent your own stuff.
I learned that
even though
early.
it's hard.
Yeah, I had a very sweet guy coming all the way from New York to see me play in Copenhagen, and I mean it was very very like wow. And I didn't play any of my own tracks that night.
No.
And he was so sweet. He was so sweet. He was just like, it was very good, man. Very different music than from what you release. I was just playing techno, trance, no deep house at all.
But you have music in all the different ranges of both house and trancey stuff, and
Yes,
like
a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
you got so much.
Yeah.
So you should be able to. And I would love to listen to you playing your tracks, because I'm
Yes.
always
I
listening
think
to
I've
me
just
playing your
been-
tracks.
I've just been to France, and I actually managed to play 11 of my own tracks in a 2-hour set. So I have done some work to improve.
That's
that.
good, man. And what your trips to France? How did that start? I feel like you're
I'm there quite
Paris
a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was like actually like a year before COVID and lockdown happened. Then back then I had just played the Roskilde Festival live set,
Yeah.
and that kind of got me on the map, I guess, virally. Even though the YouTube video haven't gone viral, but I guess just all the right people saw it.
Okay.
So it must be that in that exact moment, like that period, was when the like faster French deep house scene was blowing up.
Yeah.
And it was like the French just pulled me in and decided I was a part of that wave.
Wow.
And wanted me to be part of it. And so it wasn't like one crew in France or in Paris, or it was like from Paris, Lyon, Strasbourg. It was like different places, different crews just wanting me to be part of the labels, wanting me to come over and play, and also I was also playing a lot of other cities in Europe, like I was going to England before Brexit, and Helsinki, and different places, and I just felt I was like on a roll.
Yeah.
And I was always also playing a live set, so that really helped. Like,
did you play your live set around?
Yes,
around
yes,
you brought all your
yes, I
shit?
was bringing all that shit. It was terrible. Yeah, I actually decided to stop doing that.
Okay.
And it took me quite a while to gain the trust of some of these places to just let me come and DJ.
Okay.
Because I was like, I have no interest in doing these live sets. I've like gotten myself into something I actually don't really care for. But now it's going good, and people want me for DJing, so that's very nice. But COVID kind of broke everything into a long break. But luckily, I just kept on grinding, releasing records, and now back touring again internationally.
And you have a lot of music coming out, even though this is going to be aired next year. So all the releases you are going to tell me about right now, they're going to be out.
They will probably be out,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like you have a lot of stuff coming in this month or in the next month.
Yeah. So we just announced today that my EP on House, is coming out in January, and then I have like some single tracks on some VAs, also on Bispebjerg Mega Stress Volume 1, and on a support for casualties, the Palestine-Israeli conflict, and just also signed a deal with Happiness Therapy again.
Wow.
Who I actually just released an EP with, but now we're doing something bigger. So, it's like a double EP.
Okay.
I hope this will happen, because if not, you guys will know. So that's nice, and Yeah, I guess that's that for now.
For now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's.
But I
that's
do have
more than
more
enough.
plans for more releases.
Okay.
I'm actually just trying to really put a lot of music out there right now.
How do you manage all this, like playing abroad, being in the studio, also figuring out all these releases, talking to managers and like how does it all work? Because I feel like it's a lot for a little head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess that part is just a tiny bit of it.
Yeah.
Because I also do have like some Danish projects. I have Champagne Brews.
Yeah.
Which is also requiring a lot of attention. Where I actually do have managers, booking agency.
But that's for
label.
that project.
That's for that project, so I have to take care of that. And then there's like my personal life where I'm like a sound designer, composer, and voice actor. So I have that business that I have to run also. And I also have to be a good husband to my wife, and
first of all,
a good brother and son to my family.
Yeah.
And I have to take care of my health. I've had some health issues during the years, struggling with some mental stuff, but that's like nothing new. So that's always been there. And then there's like Be For Me, and also doing Mr. Free. And now I'm also hosting parties in Copenhagen. Yeah. Hosting parties at Jolene with D, and hosting my own party, the Alien Party Abduction at Module. But it's like, I'm actually trying to figure out if I'm ADHD or if I'm an autist or something, because I really just like having a lot of things going on at the same time. So to me, it's more calming to have a lot of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Also because I guess I can switch around from what gives me dopamine rushes.
Sure.
And never get tired. Like from doing the things I love. Mm-hmm. But it's just, it's easy enough if you do have managers and booking agencies stuff. I mean, they kind of take some of your money, but they also take a lot of the pressure. They give you some
time as well.
They do all the stuff you don't want to do yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a nice trade.
Yeah.
But of course there is like often stuff that is a bit like time requiring and stuff. Actually, I don't like traveling that much.
No.
So I do like playing the venues and parties, and like now I'm going to Sisyphus playing like in 2 weeks, and I'm actually not looking forward to anything else but standing in the booth and play. The rest is like
I think a lot of traveling DJs feel the same.
Yeah.
All the hassle it's hard.
Yeah. I'm paying more money for like the comfort, like a better hotel, better like not taking the ferry, taking a fucking plane, even though it's so much more expensive, just
to keep your sanity.
Yeah, and to have a better experience, to come back and feel like I love doing this, I love being a DJ, I love playing music, and to not come back and feel like, fuck man, I'm getting burnt out by this shit,
Yeah, it's hard. You really have to know yourself as well and know your boundaries. And I feel like with all your projects, it's like your thing is almost figuring out the next thing and figuring out a new project, or how can this work, and this is fun. Let's go over here and
yeah. I'm trying not to be too like strategic.
Yeah,
like
strategic. Yeah.
Strategic. Sorry. I'm trying just to make exactly what feels good, and I think it kind of always syncs up with the hive mind for some reason.
Sure.
So when I have some idea of like an album or an EP or a song I want to make, I never like consider if this will be a good idea to release now.
Okay.
I just do what I feel is good.
Yeah.
And sometimes you lose and sometimes you win.
But I guess when you have a lot of these different projects, is there some that like fades away? It must be hard to keep track of everything you're doing, and maybe this is not so fun anymore because now you have to go to master it, and then like that's not the fun process right now. So I want to do this, and then
I do hate mastering processes though. I do really hate it.
Yeah.
But I guess I have like cut everything down to the most important stuff.
Okay.
So like Be For Me and Champagne Brews is like the main stuff that I'm focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
And Be For Me doesn't require that much of me because it's like my own project. I'm my own manager. I have my own label. I make the music like in like the tempo I want to do it.
Yeah, in your own studio at home.
Yes, it's like, and I decline if I don't like want to take a job and play it.
Sure.
But you know, with Champagne Brews, it's like a bit more expectations.
Mm-hmm. Could you tell, like, 'cause all the Danish people, they know what Champagne Brews is, but for
it's
for
kind
the
of
rest
like
of the world?
it's like an artist name that I've come up with, and it's a character I guess I built who is me, like singing and rapping, you know, emceeing mostly over dance music.
Yeah.
And I just felt like doing something in my own language.
Sure.
And I really love rhyming.
Yeah.
Rhyming and rapping. So and I like having fun and performing. So I couldn't really have a life without going out playing concerts, like real concerts. That's so much part of me.
Yeah, that's where you started as well, right? Like you started with a mic.
I started with a mic, but then early on, I mean, I bought two Technics turntables when I was like 12.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, and then like had to wait a year before I had the money to buy a mixer. But then already there was like starting out scratching and mixing, and I guess I was like 15 the first time I went to Tresor. And I was really hooked.
Yeah, it'll do that to you.
Yeah, it was. And I started going to a club in Copenhagen where I snuck in, called Natsat, and it was also a really nice place. Doesn't exist anymore. In the early days, also went to see Trandemøller and stuff. It was very exciting. All alone in the club, so nobody would like be suspicious of my age. But so very fast, I was like going to clubs and really enjoying nightlife. And I guess I was like 16, 17 when I started playing myself at Dunkel.
Sure.
And just became really a regular at Dunkel and had many years of fun there. So I've been playing for quite a while. And been in that.
But you're still a young legend in the Danish scene.
It's funny, you know, because what's the difference between a legend or just being somebody who tries really hard?
I guess it's the same.
Yeah,
like,
but if people don't like it, then
but
you're not such a legend.
A legend is doing it with a smile on his face.
Maybe. Oh, that's nice. I will try to continue doing that.
Yeah, because you spread a lot of positive energy when you enter a room and when you enter a booth, and I feel like that's why you are, for a lot of Danish DJs, their favorite DJ, and for a lot of audiences, like it's one of the greatest parties when you play your music and the music that you like.
Yes.
When you forget you have to play your own releases.
I do
but is there other DJs that you really like to listen to? Like, who are your favorites locally and abroad?
I mean, I'm just gonna like mention all my friends now.
Do it.
So, I guess I love my friend Daniel D. Brown.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking amazing DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also love my very good friend Daniel Savi.
Sure.
He's also amazing.
And he's the guy who has the BSP Bispebjerg label.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, there's a lot of good house DJs.
Those are the guys also from Dunkel, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you
from
start playing with
Underground Posse and
yeah,
we used to play together. But I mean, there's so many good. Like you can. I mean, if you have the possibility still to go and hear Mark and Mikkel play, it will also be such an experience because they're so good and they're so cute.
Yeah.
So
yeah, still some of my favorites as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's like, but okay, I'm just forgetting about a lot of others, but it's because they left. But you know, you have Naya, she's so fucking amazing too. You know, you have Sarah Svanholm.
Sure.
And
they're doing, the Pyrian crew are doing a new tour.
Ah, okay. That's nice.
So you have the.
So probably at this point they will be on tour, or maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go see them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many good, and also DJs that I still like haven't heard yet.
Sure.
So it's because I don't go out so much anymore.
I feel like also why the question is because a lot of the audience is going to be usually younger DJs who are trying to figure out how to do this whole thing, and knowing where to look for the good mixtapes and what are the names who will like help you on your journey to be a better DJ. The names you just mentioned are a lot of the best, and some of the people that you can go listen to on SoundCloud or whatever. And
yes, I guess, but also if you can just catch them out in town, you know. And it's a very difficult question, you know, because there are some really good DJs around, and a lot of them are my friends, and I'm gonna miss some of them, you know, not mentioning them. I'm very sorry, guys. You're just as good as the ones I just mentioned, but
we'll put them in the show notes.
Yeah, but you know, if you wanna go listen to somebody who can really play old school proto trance, like you gotta catch Sting Kong when he does that, you know, or a really nice disco set that could be Sting Kong also. Yeah, but you know, there's just so many, and then there's all the trance DJs, you know. Oh yeah, we have the most amazing trance DJs. You know, we have the Bongo Bauer guys. You know, I fucking love them. The Valleys boys, they're my brothers. You know, so I really. We have so many good. Lazavin, you know, Oasis, they're also good.
Yeah, we'll make a whole list.
Yes,
and put it in the notes.
Yes,
but this has been such a pleasure and an honor, and I always love having you in my house, and
I love being here,
and on the decks.
Yeah, it was nice.
I really look forward to seeing you play soon.
Yes,
somewhere.
Yeah,
because now you're doing parties as well.
Yeah, I do parties, and like this Saturday, which will be like long time ago.
But some of you were there.
Yeah, this Saturday
it was great.
is a BSP party.
Oh yeah,
Saturday. And then I'm taking some. Then I'm going to Sisyphus, and then comes Hotel Cecil.
Yeah.
With John Harrison, and Toasters Techno, December. Lots of
stuff is happening
coming up. Yeah, Jolene in January. Blah, blah,
so
blah,
new
blah,
parties, new music, new man.
Yeah, always trying to just push forward with the music.
So nice, man. But thank you.
Thank you,
Respect.
Cheers.